Thank you for tuning in to another feature of the Small Business Showcase. I'm your host, B-Rad. I'm joined today at one of our sponsors, LugsNPlugs, with the mastermind behind everything with the business, Molly. And don't forget, if you need your brakes and rotors changed, use the word showcase and they will get you a free oil change up to 6 quarts. And then we have also the showcase code for all of our sponsors. Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling, $500 off your new AC. I Heart Mac and Cheese, both in Woodman and Pueblo, get you buy one, get one free. Fallon with Roots and Roast, buy one, get one, 50% off on drinks. A New Hope Counseling, free intake. You know, you loved looking at those lens last week as well with that. And then don't forget Snooze AM Eatery, Colorado Springs location only. Free pancakes, no purchase necessary when it comes to the word showcase. So Molly, we've heard from Ed in a previous feature, but let's start with you. How did it start with you meeting Ed and the journey that led you to being the one that's behind the desk?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
We've got plenty of time.
So we met actually 11 years ago. He owned his own computer shop at that time. I have never met a computer that he couldn't fix, nor a car. And when we met, I had actually stepped on my laptop and I brought it into his shop and I thought he was really cute. So we went out on a date and that was it for us. So
was it the bald head or?
He actually had hair when I met him.
So you caused him to lose the hair.
I did. Caused him a little bit of stress over the years. But I noticed over the years that he was just so good with cars, and he shut down the computer business because it was time, and he started getting into cars, and 11 years later, here we are.
And with the way cars are, at least computers and cars mix now.
They do, and that's actually his specialty. He loves the electrical and the diagnostic and the computer part of the cars. He's good with everything, but that's definitely his forte.
How did he convert you to join in on the business and be the back end and the face? Because if you come in, you're going to see her, you call, you're going to hear her.
Yeah. So he's my best friend and I do anything for him. And this has been his dream. So I'm here to support it. I have learned a lot about cars. I will never be as good as him or any of our techs in the back, but I've learned a little bit from him, so I'd happily do it every day.
So when you say that you worked a little bit of cars, do you actually, when like on your personal vehicles with him, get actually oil and dirty?
No.
No?
I am really good at answering questions for people. I can write a mean estimate for people, but I'm not the one getting my hands dirty.
So if you need to send a nasty email, that's you, not Edward.
That is correct.
When we walked in before we started, she's like, I've been on the phone with this dang company for an hour and 30 minutes. And you could tell she's getting frustrated, but look, she's back to smiling.
We work with a lot of warranty companies, and sometimes they give us a hard time, and our job is to fight for our customers, even when that's hard.
So with this special episode and the features going forward, we're going to be doing education on teaching you how to work on your cars. And one of the things that, you know, people don't really necessarily know is if they say 12-point inspection, 21-point inspection, like what all goes into an inspection. We'll also look into features in the future for, you know, oil changes, spark plugs, different things like that, including batteries like we have here.
Yes.
But one of the things we're going to do is we're going to have Molly take us into the shop because she's the one that's like, oh, we got insurance stuff. So she's going to take us to make sure we're all safe and not tripping over anything while we show the back end of the shop before we look into the inspection of a vehicle.
All right.
Okay,
so when you come in, this door is mostly going to be closed because it gets really loud back here with the work the guys do. But we have the back of our shop here with all of our oils and fluids here. And then, pardon the mess, the guys have been hard at work today.
That's a typical repair shop. So you got your energy drinks just like they all do.
They do, and they down these all day, every day. So we've got our main toolbox. This is Edward's box. He's got all the tools that you could imagine. And then this is one of our bays. This is where a lot of the diagnostics happen over here because it's easy to get to with all of the equipment. We have all of our computers and everything. And then if you come over this way, you can see our second bay here. And this is where Landon, our tech, does a lot of his work. It's empty right now so that we can get this diagnostic in here. And then in the middle, sometimes you'll walk in and you'll see a car in the middle too, and that's one of our long-term projects that we'll be doing, like a transmission or an engine or something like that. And then of course we have the quintessential grill, because every shop has to have a grill.
Are you going to be growing up anything on the show today?
Not today. We'll have to save that for next time. But that's our shop. It's
Pretty big shop.
a good size.
And you guys are a locally owned repair shop, not corporate, not
Correct.
owned by anything else besides you, Edward, and of
Ed.
course the bank.
Yep. Yeah, Edward and I actually have done everything from the ground up, so this is our baby, and we're proud of that, and we enjoy our customers.
So ground up, did you guys always start in a garage, or how did it start in case they aren't watching the first feature?
Yeah, absolutely. So Edward actually started as a mobile mechanic. He had a service truck and packed all of his tools every day into the service truck. And as he got his name out there, he grew so big that we moved into a shop that's actually 2 doors down from here. It was just one bay, one lift, and we quickly outgrew that site. So we had to move 2 doors down, and now we have the 2 bays with room for more, and hoping to expand some more. But
Awesome. Well, it sounds like the car is being pulled up now. Edward and his little boy mechanic Landon is going to be doing the inspection. So we're getting ready to get that tuned in now. So be right back after this. And this is their tech Landon bringing in the car, getting ready for the safety safety inspection, but the full-on 12 to 21 point inspection. I don't know stuff about cars, so I'm sure I'm messing that up. What's the inspection called?
This is just a typical multi-point vehicle safety inspection. We just kind of look at everything, go through everything on the car, make sure that it is roadworthy and safe and reliable to take out, and nothing's going to happen once you're out on the road with it.
One shot of what?
Once you're out on the road with it.
Gotcha. So what do you normally typically start with when it comes with an inspection?
So usually I'll start with popping the hood, just to get it open.
And Landon, what's the address here?
Why are we doing this to me again, man?
You still don't know the address?
No. Like
our short where he told me I needed an oil change. He didn't know
3445 Unit D, Shelton Loop, North Shelton Loop.
There we go.
There we go. See, I'm great. Got it. All right. So first thing we're gonna go ahead and start by doing is testing the battery.
Why do you test the battery on an inspection?
It's one of those safety things, you know, and also just reliability. You don't want to get in your car one morning and it not start. And then with this tool, most of them, it has a screen built in. Shut up, Instagram. But most of these tools, it's a screen. This one, it's just a clamp. It connects to my phone. Then we come here, we got to make sure that we have the cold cranking amps set in there. This one is a 600 cold cranking amp battery. So then we're just going to go ahead and hit start. It'll do our little test. And it is saying, please replace battery. And since he was saying that he was having an issue with it starting and staying running, we're going to go ahead and do a system start test.
What's a system start test?
Pretty much test the battery, the starter, making sure that it's not using too much power or that there is enough power to start the car.
So when it says replace battery, why would the battery need replaced? Any certain reasons with that?
Age. Genuinely, it's just age and things like that. So yep, the battery voltage or starting voltage is low, so then we're going to go ahead and do our charging test.
And that's all done on your phone?
Yep, it's all done with my phone and then those 2 connectors that I hooked up to the battery earlier.
Amazing how technology is.
And then I just got to hold the gas at around 2,500 RPMs for around 5 seconds. And it'll do that. All right. So charging voltage was normal.
So does that mean like the alternator and stuff's good, or what does that exactly mean? Because you
Yeah.
said the bad battery.
So yeah, the battery is. It did say the battery was bad, and then we just go ahead and hit in test. Hey Siri, switch to light mode.
Okay, light mode is on.
And then I can go ahead and hit print, and then that'll print out on the computer. So then we have a saved copy to show the customer. And I just take these off. They go right back in there. Make sure that that's back. This little cover is back over the terminal. And then we're going to go ahead and check engine oil while it's sitting down.
While you're at it, since you called me out on my oil in our little small feature for the party, let everyone know whose oil was better.
This one.
This one?
Yeah, so there's the oil. We just like to give it a nice little check, make sure that it is full and clean.
Do you remember where mine's set at that you can show them on the dipstick?
You didn't have no oil on your dipstick.
Yes, there was like a tiny bit.
No, there wasn't, B-Rad. you have to have oil to see it. All right, so then that just goes right back in there.
Too much oil, it'll blow your motor too.
And we'll go ahead and pop the power steering cap. Just check for fluid. There is indeed fluid in there. All right, and now then we got to go ahead and get the car up into the air so we can perform the entire underside inspection. So I just got to go ahead and set all the lift points.
So getting the lift points, he already checked the
Here you go.
oil, the
You want me
battery,
to show down
starter,
here, or do you want to show down here kind of the lift points?
and he's checked the power steering.
So, and then underneath your car, you're gonna have lift points. Yeah, right. So the lift points are usually just a pinch weld where it's bare metal. Some cars will even have an arrow pointing at it. So you're just gonna put the lifts right there. And it's the same thing if you're using a jack at home, you just put the jack on that lift point. Then we come over to the opposite side. Just standing there menacingly.
Do what?
Talking to Edward. Standing there menacingly in the corner.
He's got paperwork. He's working with the customer right now with the vehicle. So he's doing the business part of the job, Mr. Tech.
Yeah, I gotta do the actual fun part.
You're the one that didn't know the address, so this is your punishment.
Hey, I knew it this time, did I not?
No, you didn't. You looked at the window.
No. What window?
It's like a slow elevator.
And then once it gets to that first lot and the car is actually sitting up and it won't come down, we just like to look around, make sure that we have those pads directly on the lift points and we're not hurting anything underneath the car. So I do indeed have those set where they should be. So then I'm good to go ahead and finish raising it up.
Probably the longest part of your day is waiting for that to go up and go down.
Pretty much. So we'll set it there, because then I'm gonna go grab the impact to get the tires off. Where's the impact? I need a battery. Excuse me.
Do you take all 4 tires off in these inspections?
Yep, we take all 4 tires off so that way we can get a good wrong size.
Did he just say wrong size?
I said wrong size.
That's why Edward is the master and he's the trainee. He's the Padawan.
And we'll come over to this side. Pull this one off. And then we'll move around to the back.
Look at that, one finger taking that off. You can tell he's done this for a while.
Just a little bit. I started doing tires.
So how many tires would you say you take off in a day?
Here?
Yeah.
It really depends on the day. But anywhere from like, honestly, like as few as one set a day, probably up to like 5-6 sets of tires a day, depending on how busy we are. When I was working, I started out at a tire shop. That's where I ended up starting and kind of getting the intro to mechanics, other than my family's own business and stuff like that. So then just a nice little visual inspection. Get our light in there so we can see.
So what are you looking for and why are you spending these when it comes to the tires?
So I'm just spinning them just because it's something I do. The front ones, they won't spin as easy because it's in park. They won't really spin at all because it's in park, honestly. But I do that to listen for any noises, because sometimes you can hear a bearing even. Like you can hear some wheel bearings just from spinning it.
Is that a good sign or bad sign if you hear a wheel bearing?
You don't typically want to hear them. That's what can cause the howling and noises like that when you're taking corners. So it's not typically a very good thing to hear. And then we're gonna grab, the next step that I like to do is I come over here, grab one of our brake tools. We usually have like 3 or 4 of them laying around. I don't know where the other one is right now.
Honestly, from over here, when I saw you grab them, it looked like deflated balloons you were grabbing.
What?
The tools from where I was standing when you grabbed them looked like you grabbed deflated balloons. So what exactly is that tool and what does it do?
So these are brake measuring tools. They tell us the thickness of the pads. So each of them have a number on them that correspond to how thick the pad is or how thick the end is. So
Do
this
you
one's
remember
12
where
mil.
the Jeep was at when you changed the back brakes?
Zeros.
Zeros?
Yeah.
So don't be like B-Rad, get in here a lot sooner.
Yeah, and then so we just take it and it goes right in there.
So what number
And
is that one showing?
So this pad is still good. It is sitting at a 10 mil. And it just fits right in, snug in between the rotor and the pad. And then we come to the back side. And we do the same thing. Make sure that it's fitting snug in there, which it is indeed. So those are both 12s on that side. And the reason we test the, so we call it the outboard and the inboard pad. The reason we check both of them instead of just checking one is because if your caliper, like the slide pins ain't properly greased or ain't properly clean, it can actually cause the inner one to wear faster than the outer one. And we always want to check that, because if your outer pad still has plenty of life left, but your inner pad doesn't have much life left, it can still hinder your ability to stop. And that's obviously not what you want. You want to be able to stop. So, and then these ones are sitting at, so, and see, this is one of those cases. The outboard one's sitting at a 4 mil, and I'm probably going to, probably around a 2 or a 3 in the back. So that could be a case of that where that slider pin's starting to get stuck or something like that. There'll always be a small gap in the sizes. Like the sizes will always be slightly different, but it shouldn't be nothing too major. Like this one, it's a 3 on the inboard and outboard, so. So then we just come over to the computer. And then we have an entire thing that we have on the the tablets that we go through, and this is all of our inspections. So rear axle.
Isn't that a system that the
So
owner,
it's
Edward, built too?
Yeah, so Edward actually has built this system from the ground up. Everything that you see in here, he has pretty much implemented himself from his experiences making things easier, and even from things that I've mentioned, he's kind of implemented some things. So the left front tire, so we'll just go around and check out all the tires. You need to grab that too. All right, so and then this is a tread depth gauge. It just reads how deep, as that little pin moves up, it just reads how deep the tread on the tire is. So we'll just go around.
And because we've heard so many things about jokesome tread and tires, why is this important in an inspection and for a customer?
So the reason it's important to have good tread on your tires is having the tread actually is what helps evacuate water. If it's raining, it can help evacuate water. That's typically what these side ones are for. They help get the water out from your tread and your contact patch, so it's not creating any like frictionless area to where you're going to start sliding.
So to help against hydroplaning, correct?
Yes. So then we just measure. So it's about a 6.30 or 6.5. So we're going to call that about a 5. Then we'll come into the middle, hit one there, and it's sitting at about a 7. Then we'll come to the other outside edge and hit that one. It's sitting at about a 6. So it's going to be, the inside was 5, then 7, and 6. I'm going to go ahead and mark this wheel as green. And that tire will still be marked as green, even though it's about, it's used, but it will still be marked as green because it is still within that safe range. Then we're just going to come over here. Go ahead and mark the stuff on that side as green. And also, while we're on each of these sides, we are also looking at the wheel, the brake pads, the rotor, the caliper, and also the hose condition to make sure that there's no cracks or leaks or anything like that. And then those pads were at, I believe it was a 10 mil. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the left rear. Sorry. I forgot that we have it set up differently than we used to. It just changed. So, and then same thing, tire. So inner marking, it's going to be a 5, 30 seconds. Middle, it's going to be another 5. And then 5. So 5 all across the board on this one. Wheel was good. Brake pads were yellow. They were both 3 mils. Or that's more in the red section, so we'll go ahead and mark it as 3s. The rotor, it's definitely got some good rusting on it. It's got some heat spots. It's darker. So we're going to go ahead and mark that as a yellow rotor. And then we're going to go ahead and put rust lip, heat spotting. And then here we can also choose to add a picture. We can take a picture. We can just go here.
What does
And I
the
don't have
picture
a
show you
picture.
with the technology?
One more time.
What does the picture show with today's technology when you take a picture of it and put it in the system?
So it'll just be a picture of what I take, and then the customer can view that picture if they would like to see it for themselves. And they're not here, they can view that picture and they can actually see
What
we're
you're talking about.
Yeah, which it does help a little bit. And then the caliper's looking okay. So we're gonna go ahead and mark it as green. It's not leaking or anything like that. Same with the brake hose. I don't see no leaks, no cracks in that brake hose. So we're gonna go and mark that as okay. Then the right rear, we'll come over here. Get nice and personal with the tire again. About a 5.5, 4. And when we're doing this, we always want to round down just a little bit just to make sure that we got it. So yeah, it's going to be a 5.75. So we'll go green, 5, 7, 5. Wheels okay. Brake pads were red. They were a 3 and a 2. Other side. So then 3. So and then rotor was red as well. We'll go ahead and rust slip, heat spotting, so it's the same on this side. Caliper was good. Brake hose was good. Again, no cracks, nothing on that brake hose. And we just lay the tire over. And then we got the front, right front. So
What's some things that you've seen doing this part in other vehicles when it comes to this test?
like some issues I've seen.
Yeah.
So I've seen rotors that are like that thin, and that's not safe because, yeah, it can cause your brakes to heat up a lot faster. 6, 7.
What's the
6.
worst trend you've seen on a tire?
Like how bad has the tire looked?
Yeah, when you've done your test.
I've seen tires with bands showing where they completely rub the rubber off the tire, so it's the metal bands underneath that hold the actual tire together. And once you get to those, you obviously, there's no more rubber protecting them, so as the road's hitting them, it can break those bands, and that's actually what causes the tire to eventually blow out, is those bands get weak or something like that.
So more than likely when you see the rubber tires on the roads, that's may have what have happened.
Yeah.
Outside of running something over at that moment.
Yep. I've actually watched it happen. It's kind of scary to see happen in front of you. I had a big semi truck when I lived in Missouri. It exploded in front of me, and it's not a fun experience. And then
So see, they'll do no judgment here.
that rotor's looking pretty good still. It's got a little bit of a rust lip, but nothing too major that would be concerning at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and mark it as green. Calipers green, brake hose green. And then brake fluid was good. I have not tested the parking brake yet. I will test that here in a second. So, sorry. Then we're gonna go ahead and lift the car all the way up, so that way we can get up underneath it. And then we set the car back down on the locks. That way it's not just sitting there. We like to set it back down on the lock so it's actually not going to go anywhere.
So what are you doing now under the vehicle?
So now I'm just looking around for any types of leaks. It does have it looks like a timing cover leak.
You want to place that out of the camera so Dominique can see where
Here, you
you're
know what?
talking?
I got the perfect little flashlight for this. So, all up in here, I don't know if you can see the laser or not, but looks like it's all leaking from that timing cover.
how's the oil looking for him? Any oil leaks?
Yeah, so it's leaking oil from the timing cover. I should have been a little more specific on that, but yes, it is leaking oil from the timing cover right here. You might be able to see it good if you come from right here. But all that, it looks like it's originating from the timing cover, so I'm not seeing it super far back on the motor. It's mostly on that forward face of it. So typically that is going to be timing cover or something up towards the front. So we'll go ahead and put it as monitor. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a little tech note here. Put timing cover leak. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the steering linkage. So things like inner and outer tie rods, these right here. We're going to give these a nice little look. Make sure that these boots ain't cracked. Same with these lower control arm boots. Make sure they're not cracked.
Isn't that what you just changed on the Jeep too?
Yep. So these are actually exactly what we just changed on B-Rad's Jeep. The lower control arms, and then we also did uppers as well. So yep, we're just gonna look, and here's actually a perfect example of what they can start to look like when that boot cracks. It's got some grease coming out from underneath it. It's, you know, got some grease down here instead of being just a bare metal. But yeah, right in there, you can kind of see where it's starting to crack. And there's grease coming out. So we're also gonna look up at the shocks and everything like that, make sure that they're not leaking or blown. This side is looking pretty good other than just that ball joint. So I'm gonna test that further here in a second. But so far, that is all I have seen in the front end. So then I'm gonna grab a little pry bar.
Pry bar like in the movies, right?
Pry bar. So then we're just gonna come over here and just kind of give it a light little, trying to push it down, seeing if it's got any form of play in it. It's still pretty tight. So once they start to get a little bit of movement, like up and down or side to side movement, that's when they're pretty much at their lifespan. They should probably get replaced. So then I'm gonna go and check the tie rod one. Ooh, drop my pry bar. It's okay,
Oh,
though.
there's a write-up. Time to tell Edward.
It's okay though, because that one's good too. So then we come over to this side. No play, no movement, so it's good. Same thing on this tie rod. No play, no movement, so it seems pretty good. Then I'm just gonna come back over to my computer or tablet. Steering linkage looks good. Ball joints. Front struts and shocks look good. And then we're also going to check the rear for pretty much the same thing except for steering linkage, because there's no steering linkage. So I'm mostly just checking shocks and struts back here, making sure nothing looks blown out, which these are looking pretty good so far. I'm also going to take a look at the bushings that are up inside of like sway bars and things like that. Take a look at these bushings that are actually holding the sway bar. Those are still looking pretty minty. Look up into this one as well. Look into here. Give that one a nice little peekaroo. So yeah, everything in the rear is looking good so far. So we're just gonna come back up here again. A lot of back and forth during this whole process. So rear shocks are looking okay. Rear bushings are good. CV boots, I didn't point those out yet, but we're also gonna be looking at the CV axle boots, making sure that they're not cracked. And I did look at all four. They were looking pretty good. Just give them one more check, one more once over. Yeah, so they are all looking pretty good. They're not torn, not leaking, ripped, anything like that. Missing, I've seen cars with them gone, like missing entirely. And the exhaust was good as well. And then under hood and electrical engine oil was good, coolant level was good, battery terminals were clean. And then there was no visible under hood leaks. And we gotta get back up top and check that air filter. So then we are done up underneath the car. Go ahead and lower it back down.
As it slowly comes down.
Yep, this is indeed the longest part of my day, is waiting for this lift to go up and down. Because of my height, it has to go all the way up. I'm also gonna have to move those tires on that side too. Thank you.
You're welcome. So is that your theme song?
Yep. I'm just gonna put it down to about right there so I can see. So then we're gonna look at this belt. Belt's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing no cracks, no discoloration, even on the ribs. If you can see right in here, there's no cracks, discoloration on the ribbing of the belt at all. I'll move my hand. But yeah, right there, there's no discoloration or cracking. So those are looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit belts. And we also take a quick gander at all these hoses, make sure that they're not cracked, not looking too old. And then air filter. Undo just a couple little clips to check. Get it out. So then we just give a quick little look at his air filter, spread open a couple of the fins, make sure there's nothing, concerning. This one's not looking the best, but it's also not looking the worst. So we can
What would
go
you
ahead
recommend on a changement on something like that when it's in that in-between spot?
like where
someone
his is right now?
Yeah, so for someone watching the video, if you're saying that's not needing change, but also could be changed, how long would you give it?
I would honestly probably give this one maybe the next oil change, maybe the next 2 oil changes. So the next oil change or the one after that, I'd definitely consider getting it looked at or even consider a replacement at that point. But for now, that one's not looking too bad. Make sure that this is popped back on here. Might have to loosen up the hose clamp more. Holy, I'm actually going to use my tools. Maybe.
Thought you were using tools this whole time.
I get to use my hand tools now, my thumb tools. Pry bar don't count as a tool. Pry bar is a weapon. For the next time B-Rad thinks he can tell me he's not at In-N-Out.
This guy stalks me. He's my first official stalker fan.
He's my first official stalker. Is crazy.
Texting me at midnight that he's seeing me and seeing my
Hey,
vehicle.
you was at In-N-Out, and then you lied to me and said you wasn't actually at In-N-Out.
because you were weird about calling me at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's not my fault that that's the only place that's open at 1 o'clock.
Whataburger was, you could have went next door.
Last time I had Whataburger, I got food poisoning. I am good. You got a point. I had some really good tacos
Taco
last
Bell.
night. Mm-mm. Taco Bell and me do not get along.
Oh yeah, especially with the lettuce right now.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Burger King gross.
Burger
So
King.
any local business owner, restaurants open and listening right now, we need some more late night local businesses open for food.
All right, and then we just go warning lights. So we're gonna go ahead and just run a quick lights check on the vehicle, make sure everything works. I'm gonna need the key. Keys typically help when you're trying to do that. Are we gonna edit a lot of this out,
Nope.
or is it
that's
just gonna be me being stupid for 20 minutes?
I mean, you are what you are.
So I'm just checking turn signals. I can see that one's up there. Cool. Oh, thank you. I didn't even see you until last second. And then we're gonna go and hit the other side. I can see that one. That one's good.
This side's working, yes sir.
Yep. And then hit the brake.
Brake lights are working in the back.
Okay. Go ahead and turn on headlights.
Lights are on.
Lights. Then
Actually, there's one light that is not on, and that is the light in the back window right here.
okay. Did the reverse lights come on?
Well, the driver's side did not.
Driver's side did not.
Driver's side did not.
White one.
Yeah, that's the parking lights.
And the one.
Reverse on now.
So only the passenger.
Only the passenger reverse.
Only the
and then
passenger.
top mount.
The top is not on
Top
either.
mount brake. Okay. All right. So you said passenger and top mount brake light not coming on.
No, the driver's side's not
Driver,
for the parking.
okay.
And then the big back window
So-
light, I don't know whether it's called. I'm not the mechanic. I'm just the host.
Top mount brake light. So we're gonna go ahead and hit needs attention. We'll go ahead and do top mount brake light. And then driver side reverse light. Apparently my spacebar does not like to work.
And that's another long part of his day is typing.
Mm-hmm. Apparently it wanted to open the camera at some point too. Preach. Watch my inspection is gone. Lovely. But yeah, that is pretty much an entire inspection on a vehicle. I would go on, probably end up recommending a battery replacement, and then definitely rear brakes and rotors, just to make sure that this car is safe to go back out on the road and reliable.
All right, we appreciate you, Landon, for showing us this. And this is B-Rad with the Small Business Showcase, showing you what the inspections go through. Tune in next month for Lugs and Plugs when they do another vehicle on teaching us basics of a vehicle. So thanks for tuning into the Small Business Showcase. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors, and don't forget the word showcase for our sponsors. You'll see them on the back wheel. Have a great rest of your day.
All right.